Welcome to the Corporate to Coach podcast. I'm Pamela, a former corporate professional turned certified life and business coach and mentor. If you're ready to sign clients, grow your soul-led coaching business, and shed the employee identity so you can step fully into business ownership, you're in the right place. Let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. So today I am sharing with you a very special episode with one of my clients inside Thrive Group. Maria Marcini is joining us, and she is going to be sharing with us her journey from going from clients being guesswork to back-to-back clients in her coaching business. She is building this around a very busy 9 to 5. She doesn't do a Monday to Friday. She is abroad. She's often traveling. She literally doesn't have day-to-day access to her coaching business. And you are going to learn how she got visible, how she got consistent, and how she became the coach who didn't let any of her excuses get in the way from her signing clients and making money in her business. I want to invite you to listen to this episode from the perspective of, how would it feel to have this kind of support? How would it feel in your business to be able to have this kind of transformation? To be able to come in knowing, hungry, ready that this is exactly what you want. You want to build your business. You want to be signing clients. You are committed. You are taking it all the way, no matter what. And I want you to listen from the perspective of, is this the kind of support? Is this the room that you want to be in? And the reason why I'm inviting you to listen from that perspective is because I invite you to apply to join Thrive Group, because the next round officially begins on the 9th of July. And there are going to be 3 strategy sessions to kick off the group. And then we're going to have 6 months together to help you create the kind of results that Maria Marcini has created in her business. If you want to sign back-to-back client, if that isn't currently something that you can do and know exactly how to do it, then maybe this is the room for you. Thrive Group is a 6-month container just for coaches, not general service providers, but for coaches who are ready and committed to signing one-to-one clients in their coaching business. I'm going to be teaching you timeless business principles that apply regardless of the platforms that you choose. And it is the kind of business principles that teach you how to think and operate as a CEO so that you can sign clients, but doing it from alignment, doing it in a way that feels good to you. It's not just in the actions that you take, but in the way that you operate, the way that you think and feel. This is a business strategy and embodiment container. And we get to work. And you're going to hear from Maria Marcini exactly how that can happen, how that can create some incredible results in your business, and how it can really shift the trajectory of things for you. So the link is in the show notes. Consults are absolutely open. All you need to do is, in the application form, it gives you an option to select a consult if you'd like to meet with me and have a chat or ask me any questions, or if it feels aligned and you just want to get in and jump into the container and the materials, then you get instant lifetime access when you join. So without further ado, let's dive into the episode. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. So today is a very special episode. I am interviewing one of my beautiful Thrive Group clients, and she's also inside the Exit Plan, how we originally met. But I am so delighted and pleased to introduce my beautiful client, Maria Marcini. And she is going to introduce herself, tell you a little bit about what kind of coach she is, who she serves, what she does, and then we're going to dive into some really interesting topics over the course of this episode. We're going to speak about a little bit about her being in her job still and building her business and reconnecting to her business, really refining her offer suite, signing clients during her time with us, and I've got a few notes here of things that I want to make sure I connect to. So if you're watching on video, you'll see me looking down, so I don't want to forget anything. But one of the big wins that have been so exciting for Maria recently has been how she has just been showing up consistently. And it is one of the most simple but powerful things that I'm sure you've heard over and over again. And simply said, but not necessarily easy to execute when you have a 9 to 5. And this is exactly what Thrive Group is all about and what mentorship can support you with. So, we're going to be exploring what business and coaching looked like before and what's changed and what's shifted in terms of her mindset, how that has a ripple effect on her actions, and how that has a massive impact on the really tangible results that she's seeing. So, this is going to be a really beautiful deep dive episode so that you can kind of get behind the scenes of what it is to work with me and be inside Thrive Group, but more importantly, to see the mindset shifts and how that has a ripple effect on the actions that you take that massively impact your business. So, without further ado, Maria Rossini, please do introduce yourself and tell us all about what you do.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maria Vicini. Congrats for saying my name so beautifully. Thank you. um, so, I'm a personal growth and self-development coach, and my focus currently is in self-love. So, I have a self-love coaching program, and this is how I help my clients shine, as I like to say, and transform their life through going in and reconnecting with themselves.
So beautiful. And just before we hit record, I was just saying how much I love the way that you introduce yourself and how genius it is. So obviously we worked together for a few months now. I think of you as self-love coach. And in the coaching world, I know that we can, as coaches, sometimes get quite attached to this idea of what is my niche, what is my title, what is my name as a coach. But then when you told me that you actually introduce yourself to people, and so therefore people who could potentially become clients or know people who could become clients, that you actually say that you're a personal growth and self development coach and that you have a self love coaching program. And I think that distinction is genius because I often speak about the fact that you don't necessarily need a niche. What you need is an offer and then to be able to communicate your message. But I would love to hear, and for everybody listening, tell me about that evolution and how that came to be.
So, as you described before, I was struggling as well at first. Like, okay, how can I describe my niche? What even my niche is? I didn't know. I was all over the place. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what worked for me, and what worked for me the best at the beginning of my journey was when I did to myself the self love, when I had for myself the self love coaching, and I knew at the moment that was where my heart is.
Mm.
Um, but I find, and I found, and I still find that not everybody can grasp this concept the way I wanted to convey the message. So I just trusted my instinct. And what are we doing here? It's personal growth and self development, and self love is the heart of that. So I am a personal growth and self development coach. I'm just doing it using the tool, if you like, of self love. This is my superpower.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And the key there, everyone, the way that you said that you followed your intuition,
Yes.
it is like there is no right way that somebody can give you. It is trusting what you connect to and then being willing to experiment and follow your intuition and see what lands. And then when it lands, just let it be it. Let it be enough because evolution's always happening, but what feels aligned right now gets to be the thing. And you've done that so
Yes.
expertly. So thank you for sharing. And just so that we can set the stage, I mentioned earlier that we're 3 months into Thrive Group, and the program is 6 months. And so this is coming. We're coming to you here, kind of mid progress, mid like, and this is the thing with business. There's never like in 6 months' time the business is built and then you never have to market again. It is an infinite game. It's always going to be part of your life now, but just being 3 months in together, would you mind sharing a little bit about where your business was at before we started working together so that we have the context of, were you certified? Were you long certified? Were you posting? Were you marketing? And then what were you, and then well, let's start with that first. Tell me about where you were before.
So, yeah, before I joined, I was already certified.
Mhm.
Um, I had quite a few certifications because I think I was in a perfectionist mode or even procrastinating because it was the easy solution to not start marketing my business.
Right.
I've been already working as a coach for 2 years, more or less, give or take. Yeah. The first time was the sessions that I was giving to people in order to get experience. And then slowly I had started promoting it in my own way, very shyly, not on social. I had a fear of visibility. In
Mhm.
fact, when I came to the container, I hadn't touched my Instagram page for quite a while. A bit ashamed of it now. But yeah, that was true. And I also came thinking, I mean, not in the container, that was when we did before that the exit plan, that I was stuck in thinking that I have no time because, as you said, I still have another job and I'm doing that as well at the same time. So I was so stuck in this thought that, oh my God, I have no time. I have no time with my sessions and my life. And so the moment we managed to get rid of that block uh, on the exit plan already, that I managed to practically bring all my identities together, bring the coach in me also in my other job. It was the moment that I knew I had to do more, and that was exactly the time that you started talking about the Thrive Group, and I knew that yes, something needed to change, and the answer was there.
Mm.
And yeah, I was also not comfortable at all speaking about my offer or selling for whatever that meant at the time. It was like a big fear. So yeah, there is where I was at the time before the before and
Okay.
after.
Thank you for sharing that. And I think what you've shared is really, I hope it's reassuring for other people to hear because it isn't ever just one thing. It can be marketed as one thing because it's easier to, when you're marketing and writing a message, to focus on one thing at a time. But in actuality, it is a number of things that are kind of coming together to create this resistance in our business. There's the aspect of time that you mentioned. There's the perfectionism with wanting to get more certifications, and you said that it's easier. And I want to ask you a little bit about that because I've noticed this whenever I'm in programs or certifications. What I found for me is whenever I do enroll in a certification or even just a business program of sorts, is that there's this aspect of the curriculum carries you. So
Mhm.
there's always something to do, and you know that there is a definitive ending to it. Like there's an outcome from it that's kind of guaranteed, especially with certification. You know that if you just show up to the weekly sessions, if you just do the coursework, if you just do the practice sessions, then by the end of it, you will get a certification. And it feels very tangible and very safe in the sense that there's very minimal risk of failure unless you just didn't show up for it. But if you show up for it, it's kind of a given that you can succeed in
Yeah,
it. So there is safety in that, I think, even though there's so much value. I believe in having a certification and following the certifications that really excite you and connect to you on a personal level if you value that, and you know that it will support your clients. But I also think there is that like safety and security, and it's easy to hide when you're busy doing a certification. Do you see
definitely.
that too? Is that what you experienced?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also the fact you mentioned it, I think, but it's also the fact that you have some type of control because it's, as you said, like you know that there's a beginning and an end, and you just have to do your part. But nobody else needs to be there. It's just you and the program. So you can do that because nobody else is there to give you opinions or to dislike what you're gonna say, or I don't know, reject you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a fake sense of control. Uh,
Yes.
you're actually enrolling in program instead of actually like promoting yours.
Yes, so true. It is a fake sense of control. So it's not that certifications or additional certifications aren't highly valuable. In fact, I make a point of making sure that I'm either um, reinforcing learnings that I know from previous certifications, or I'm always up leveling my coaching ability every year. It's something that I've made a commitment to ever since I've started my coaching business. And it's made me a better coach. So I'm a huge advocate for like mastering the skill of coaching, because the skill of coaching is a different skill to marketing and selling. But be onto yourself when you're using it as a distraction from marketing and selling, and because it keeps you busy, and but busyness isn't business, as I always say. So thank you for
Yeah.
raising that. And then there's that aspect of the visibility piece, but with the identity piece, with the 9 to 5. Well, you don't technically work 9 to 5 hours, you work completely different hours, but
Well, so
12 hour, yeah, you do. You have the kind of job where I know, and it's one of those things as a coach, I can't ever there's always a limit to how much you should put yourself in someone else's shoes, because I also know the limit of what I know I would be capable of doing. And your job blows me away with the kind of hours you do, and the fact that you make time to build your business around that now. But I know, as you said, that wasn't the case beforehand. Tell me what it was about the exit plan, or that you did inside the exit plan, that made you shift your perspective on time and your identity when it came to being able to be a coach all the time, not just when you're working on your business, and to be able to create the time for your business.
so practically it was the coaching, and I didn't realize that now it seems so simple, but somehow I didn't realize that it's me all the time.
Mm.
It's not me at work and me as a coach. It's me with different identities, but they're all part of me. So the moment we talked and you helped me see that, yeah, it's only logical that I bring my identities all together where I am at each given moment. And in fact, the fact that I have a job, it's not necessarily a bad thing because it gives me a platform in a way to reach more people and talk about what I do. And who knows, maybe some of those people will be my ideal clients. And some of them were actually. And yeah, this little shift in thinking made a huge difference for me in how I was approaching my everyday. And the moment I believe I made the shift and I started bringing my whole self all day with me. Let's put it that way. Um, I think it was easier to open the door in start embodying more and more my CEO part in my business.
So good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you for making me see what I couldn't see before.
So, one of the things that I often remind my clients, especially those who are parents, because it's a really good parallel to this dilemma of when I'm at work, I'm in the job title that I'm in versus bringing my life coaching into it. It's like, well, when you go to work, if you're a parent, you never stop being a parent. You're just not parenting in that moment. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't give you a skill set that's so valuable. And also an identity. It's just who you are. Like, you just never stop being that. And it can be the same for coaching. And there are some roles that some of my clients come to me with where the distinction has to be extremely clear cut. But what I find to be true is often it really is the perspective of it, and the opportunity you have when you're meeting so many people through work. You have colleagues, you have peers, you have customers, clients. Some of my first coaching clients were people within my team, peers of like people that I would maybe just see at social gatherings or the pub that you just get chatting to randomly. And even I had a customer who became a client. My customers were called clients in my 9 to 5 too, so it gets a bit confusing. But it was never that I was like secretly canvassing my coaching services. It was just me being me. And where some people at the coffee machine would be talking about their weekends, I'd be talking about personal development. And so it just creates conversation, and those who it resonates with, it resonates with. And it's very organic when you allow it to be.
Yes. You know how many times after I started doing that as well, I got the, oh, that makes sense.
Mm.
After telling them that, oh, you know what, I'm a coach, blah, blah, blah. This thing made me realize that, my God, yeah, what was I thinking before?
Yeah. Yeah, so good. And I just love that. It brings so many opportunities, and you don't have to split yourself in half either. You can be, like you say, you can be all of you in all places, and that's that's more nourishing and generative, I think.
Yes, I totally agree.
So tell us about the visibility piece. I'd like to hear more about overcoming that hesitation over visibility.
Oh, that was huge for me. I had such a huge block before, um, for different reasons. I didn't want to show my face. I mean, it was okay showing a photo of me every now and then, that was okay. Uh, but showing up live or in a video, like in the stories, it was a big deal for me. And I think it was a combination of things that led me there. I'm not a native speaker, but my business is in English. The way I promote it is everything is in English. So I think maybe there was a hidden limiting belief there about my accent or about how people are gonna perceive what I'm gonna say. You know, opinions and things that we think and we shouldn't at the end. Um, or even like I was thinking, oh my God, I'm a personal growth coach, and maybe people have a specific image of how a coach in that category should look like. My God, now I'm thinking and I'm laughing with all those thoughts because I had gained some weight, and I was thinking that maybe people will think that, my God, what kind of personal growth and self development coach are you if you have extra weight? Now it doesn't make any sense for me at all,
Mm.
thinking back. But yeah, those were the beliefs at the time. And of course, we did some coaching together inside the group, and you helped me see that my ideal client won't care. And that's the truth because my clients, they don't care about those things. They care about the transformation in their life, not if I make a mistake in pronouncing a word or if I would like to look a bit different at the moment and how I'm dealing with my image or whatever. Those were my limiting beliefs, my blocks. My clients had nothing to do with it. And if my current clients had nothing to do with it, why would my clients to be care? So, and this was something that I only managed to see through coaching. And what happened was practically, it was after a specific session, after we have talked all about those things and you helped me get rid of my blogs one by one, that you called me out in a loving way about me promising that I would show my face, and I didn't. What I showed was my face under a face mask on a photo in my stories. And
Yeah.
um, yeah, this calling me out was actually what I needed at the time. And the coaching after that about me being prepared to feel the uncomfort that would come with that, something clicked in me. I think we unlocked something there. And that was it. Like it's still for me mind blowing how it was just a moment. I felt it in the session while we were doing it. I felt that something was unlocked. And then, yeah, I just started doing it. After 2 years of being in the business and not being able to do that ever, I just started doing it. The first week, like I showed my face 3 times, sharing my offer and things I believe and a story, and then every time was even better. And I was like, oh my god, it was so simple again.
Amazing. So good. And it is, especially when it comes to visibility, in particular to speaking on camera, whether that's stories as you chose to do, or doing a vlog, or doing a video podcast, or going live. There is a massive hurdle with that. I remember feeling it, and I see it almost with everyone I work with, going from sharing your message is one thing in writing, whatever the medium, but going into video is definitely one of those turning points. And it really does get easier the more you do it. So that that is brilliant. And I really do value context and the importance of context when we say, and then I signed a client, so that we know like what the we know the full picture of what happened. But I think in this instance, it's fair to say that there was a very immediate ripple effect of that
Oh,
from what I can
yes.
see. But does that feel authentic to you to say as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if it was the fact that I showed myself in a story per se, or if the fact that I embodied all this energy and confidence, but I think something clicked energetically as well in general. And then things started flowing. And then, boom, there was a client unexpectedly. And then, boom, there was another message to book my free coffee and chat session. And then I was like, what is happening? So it was like the ripple effect, you know?
Yes, yes. And
Amazing.
oh, I love this so much. And this is exactly what I'm about as a business coach for everyone listening. And I know you all probably been listening to me for a while now, but I've always been so tentative to make the link from, like, you do A, you get B, and voila, we have clients. And like you said, it is, was it that you showed your face? Or was it the energy behind that and the confidence that it gave you? And is it something spiritual and ethereal that happens where the floodgates open and things just come in? Like, we don't get to know the answer to that. And I think that's the co-creation that we have with the universe and with trusting the process, trusting the vision. Maybe it was the video and it really was that practical and pragmatic. And maybe some of you will go and be like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to go on video, and you'll get the same result. But then also, some of you may already be on video and you're like, well, I'm already doing that. Why isn't this? That's amazing for you, but why isn't that happening for me? And so I always just want to be really in integrity with, like, recognizing the layers, the complexity. But none of that is to take away from how incredible the win is and how excited I am for you for this momentum that's building and built, and you're enjoying the outcome of that. So it's just really, really exciting for you. So
It had a lot to do with
congratulations.
that. I couldn't be more grateful, seriously. You unlocked me in so many levels, and I'm not just saying to say it, it's the truth. And here is to realize for us as coaches how powerful it is to have your own coach.
Mm,
It's amazing. I've experienced it, and it's only been 3 months into the container. And but even before that, um, in the exit plan, like this small shift that happened there created so different results in the long run. And even before that, I don't know if you remember, but the first time I approached you because something was pulling me to you, and I sent you a message like a year ago, I think, and it was like, oh, I'm watching you and I'd like to work with you, but I'm not financially ready yet.
yeah.
And you offered me a free audit on my Instagram.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
even then, with the things that you told me, and again, being like strict but with love, and I always love this part of you, the tough love that I call it, and you call it actually.
I do,
But
yeah.
everything you told me was so on point that even even if I started working with you like 6 months later, practically, you've already given me so much value, and I already had changed my Instagram page, and I put everything as it was supposed to be, and even that gave me a bit more confidence, make me feel like I'm showing up as more professional, even though I was not showing up fully yet. But
Mm,
every little thing um, was building up to the moment that we are talking about now.
good. Oh, good. You're so right. We did do that audit, didn't we? I can't believe that was nearly a year ago.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would have been because we've been in Thrive Group for 3 months, and you said it was 6 months before, so 9 months ago we did that.
I think it was April, because I
April.
remember,
No, I think you're right. Actually, it was April 2024.
yeah,
Wow. Oh my gosh, that has yeah. Time has
time
moved.
flies.
Time does
Yeah,
fly. And yeah, you're right, because I remember, and this actually takes me nicely on to the next thing that I would love to kind of pick your brain on and hear your perspective on. At the time, what blew me away about you was that you had authored your own book.
yes.
Can you please tell everyone what your book is? What tell everyone, and we'll put the link in the show notes so you can go buy it. What's your book?
Yes, that was one of the things that I did. Actually, when I was starting as a coach, I had more confidence in writing a book rather than showing my face
What?
to
I
make
mean,
it make sense.
writing a book's on my bucket list for when I've got more confidence in like 10, 20 years' time, and you just came out the bat with that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird how everybody's feeling comfortable in different ways, isn't
Right.
it?
Yeah.
So yes, I wrote a book, and the name is Emerge from Your Cocoon, which is very much connected to my brand as well, because I always say that my coaching is in a way a cocoon
Mm.
where you come as the caterpillar and become a chrysalis, and then you leave my coaching and you're a beautiful butterfly.
I
So
love
it's
that about your
always my
branding. Yeah.
concept. And yeah, it was. The thinking behind the book is how can I help somebody who is very new in this world of personal growth and self development find out the most basic things that you need to know before you start this journey, and how can I give them some value even if they are very beginners and they are starting with baby steps. So yeah, I put some love and my knowledge at the time in the book, because I've grown so much since I wrote the book as well. But I still believe that I did good there. It was a small little book that is full of love. And I hope that it has helped a few people in their journey so far.
Oh, so good. So tell us about the business of a book. Was it self-published, and what
Yes.
kind of time frame is it to create, to publish, and then the marketing of it? Because you've done the social media piece to sell the book, and it does sell, and I saw recently that you put on your stories that you've had sales recently, so it still continues to be a really valuable resource for people. So tell us a little bit about the business of a book.
Yes, before I go there, just want to say, like, yeah, another ripple effect of showing up in my business consistently, it was that people started discovering the book as well. So even though I was not promoting it, so people started discovering it, and that's also amazing.
Right.
Uh, so now, when it comes to the timeline, I don't think that there is specific timeline. I think that everybody has their own journey. For me, it took 2 years. Not so much to write the book. I wrote the book literally in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Uh, that was just writing the text. Before that, I just sat down and made a diagram of what I wanted to write about, and how I wanted the structure to be. So the diagrams were all there in place. So then it was just me putting the words there. And that was the easy part, because once you know what you want to talk about and how you want to structure it, then your truth comes out and you put it in words, just the initial text. That's it, right? And then it took me more time, because one thing is to write the initial text, and another thing is to feel happy about it. So changing it and editing it, and I had somebody professionally edit it just to make sure that everything was okay when it comes to language and stuff. And then I was doing everything by myself. That was also the part why it took me possibly a bit longer than somebody else. So I did all the graphics inside myself. I did my own cover. I Every page in the book, it's designed by me. Small designs. Don't think that it's something like super wow, but the small things. And that took me a bit longer because I was working at the time as well. So I had to find time. And then I had to learn how to format the book for Amazon and things like that. But if somebody has the time, and if somebody has the money to make the investment, which I couldn't do at the time, you can hire people to help you with all of those
Mm,
things as
mm.
well. Um, so yeah, for me, it was a journey of 2 years, but it can be longer and it can be shorter as well. So I think everybody should trust their own rhythm.
Yeah. And so when it was published, did you think about marketing and selling in a similar way to the way we look at it when we're selling coaching? Or was it like it's published and then it's more just like organic and just kind of if it sells, it sells? Was there any kind of campaign, or even if it wasn't like that official a title, how did you go about marketing and selling it?
My God, you cannot imagine how many times I thought, if only I knew then what I know now, my book would be, I believe, such a bigger success. So I was just promoting through my social media at the time, but not in the way I'm doing it today with my program,
Right.
because I'm not showing my face.
Mm.
So yes, so I was just posting about it, and then if I'm honest, I cooperated with a few pages on Instagram. We were talking about books and personal development, books specifically, and I sent them my book, and they promoted a bit as well. So I had somehow something to showcase.
Mhm.
And then I was asking from the people who bought my book to send me photos with the book.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
then I started posting them, and people were making some comments about the book from time to time in their stories with a quote or something they liked. So I was reposting that as well. And yeah, this was practically my marketing, if we can call that marketing. Um, I think I didn't give my book a fair chance. Like, yeah, of course, okay, I did have some sales and people found it, but if I knew then what I know now, I think I would be doing it all differently, because yeah, it's the same concept at the end.
It is, isn't it? There is, and I find this is so, it's a really good way of thinking about it when you've got like a tangible book as an example to parallel to it. But there is the offer creation in and of itself. And it kind of doesn't surprise me that you said it took you 2 weeks. It really doesn't. The idea in and of itself is often really, really simple. We know what we want to do. We know what we want to put out there, but it's the putting it out there. It's the getting it to that finished product state. It's actually then being able to market and sell it at the level that we want to be able to do that, that's where the rest comes into it. So I'm curious, from what you've learned inside Thrive Group, what do you think has been the key to marketing and selling coaching?
Um, I would start with consistency and commitment to begin with, because one of the things I realized those 3 months that I started showing up consistently and with commitment is that people start perceiving you because of that
Mhm.
more as an authority in what you're doing. Even friends or people who knew me before and they knew that I'm a coach as well, they would never introduce me as a coach. And then all of a sudden, just by me showing up there, it happened multiple times that people said, "Oh, she's a life coach, by the way."
Wow.
Yeah, and that blows my mind as well. Like people change their perception of you. They start seeing this identity of you as well.
Yes.
So consistency and commitment, definitely. And then it all comes to mindset, if you ask me. Like that's where the inner work is so much needed, because and I'm gonna borrow one of the words you like to use, the self concept and the capacity. So I'm using your words because I think that's the best way to describe it as well. So changing your self concept and growing your capacity in existing as a coach and being the CEO of your business, or however you like to call it, um, it's huge and it's so, so important, because if you don't change the way you think of yourself and your business and the way you view yourself first, you're not going to bring it to the others as well. It's what we were talking about before. And yeah, and then it's also like trusting in your message, trusting in your coaching program, since we are talking about coaching, and finding the right way to communicate it to people. And this was one of the parts that I was missing. And by the way, this is where the messaging mastery for me, it was like the Holy Bible, um, because it's full of gold nuggets. And this was where I started actually understanding what is my client's journey. How are they feeling? Not that I didn't know, I knew my clients, but I couldn't put it on paper. So then I started realizing how to see their journey as well and how to be able to connect to them in the way that they would understand me without all the coach's speech that I was using so often without even realizing that I was doing it until you pointed out. And speaking to them in their language in a way, meaning talking about their pain points and about the actual transformation that we can do together, and how we can get there, and actually showing them that I know how they feel, I've been where they were. And, this is very, very important. And if you don't master in a way, not that I have mastered it, but I think I'm in a much better level than before. But if you don't understand that and if you don't master that, I don't think you can ever promote your coaching programs. And all those things, I'm so grateful that I learned inside Thrive, because those are the things that made all the difference for me.
So good. So, so good. And I think this is exactly it. It's not that you don't know. I see this all the time with the coaches that work with me. It's not that you're not all deeply connected to the work that you do. There's a reason you do this. There's a reason you're not doing other types of niches. There's a reason that self-love resonated with you. So it's rarely that you don't know, it's knowing how to communicate it in a way that your clients will resonate. And like you say, do it with the consistency and commitment that it gives your audience a chance to perceive you as the authority. And the fact that, I mean, even beyond obviously the obvious results like signing clients, having DM messages, things like being introduced by your friends as a life coach, it's just, it really is the epitome of when you move, the
Yes.
world reflects that back to you. When you are in your self concept, when you're in your identity of being the coach who is out there ready to sign clients and doing the work, it's people notice, people perceive that in you. And it's something that we can all, like, I remember at the beginning of my journey, there were definitely points where there were very distinct moments in my journey where I remember feeling that shift, and then
Mm.
it just became a baseline. And even then, there's always a new layer of evolution, there's always a new layer of expansion, there's always new heights we want to take it to. But I think in those early days when it is very much, it wasn't there and then it is there, it's very tangible because you're seeing how people are responding to you, which is really, really exciting as well.
Yes.
So good. All right, you've also reminded me I must get another messaging workshop in the diary for us. So that will be coming soon. We do them monthly inside Thrive Group. Well, I kind of do them every 3 to 4 weeks. So
But it works because the details that you point out, I would never be able to recognize by just by myself because I
okay.
couldn't see what I was doing.
Yeah, yeah, and that's different to coaching, right? Because obviously we do the weekly sessions, um, and the weekly sessions are important because it is the what am I doing and how am I doing it and who am I being when I do it. So it's the coaching, it's the mindset, it's the tactics, it's the strategy. But honestly, sometimes it is just looking at the words you're saying on the page and looking at the writing and actually being like, how can we draw this example out? Where can we be more specific? Where can we be more direct? And sometimes when you're so close to it, you just need a fresh pair of eyes to be able to look at it too. So, yes, exactly. So, let me just see if there was anything else that I really wanted to discuss. I think those are the key points. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about that you haven't yet shared, or anything else that you want to share with the listeners while the stage is yours before we wrap up?
I just want to say that one of the things that I realized and I learned is that everything you feel that you're not good at, you can learn.
Mm,
And one of the things that I realized inside Thrive as well, like you can learn marketing, you can learn how to phrase your posts, you can learn how to approach your ideal client. So everybody just should have somebody to hold their hand in a way and just show them the way. And that's it. Like you are not a bad coach if you just don't know marketing yet. You can just learn it and that's it. Just it's all about finding the right person to show you and finding, in my case, the right container.
yeah. Yeah. That is it. I love that so much. Thank you for that encouragement. It's a beautiful reminder for me, for everyone listening. You're right. It is just something we need to learn. And if we don't have the results yet, it's because there's a bit of a learning curve. And when you resonate with the person that just seems to click for you, stay close to them because but
That's it.
every business coach wants the best for you. We really, really do. And different people teach slightly different things in slightly different ways. But I've always said, especially inside Thrive Group, something I'm really, really passionate is about teaching the fundamentals of business. And as you
Mm.
said, like what you've learned here, you can apply to releasing a book. You can apply to any services. You can even apply them to products within. There's some nuances with pricing that are a bit different, but it is timeless business practices. And when you know the skill of being able to sell, that makes you someone who will always be able to make money on your own terms. And at a deeper level, this work is about you being fulfilled, doing work that lights you up, being able to be your own person, earn your own money, and ultimately make this your full-time, or not full-time necessarily, but your primary means of income. And that is what we're doing this for. So thank you for sharing that.
No, absolutely. And if I may say one more thing, because
Yes.
you mentioned sales, because that was a very Jesus point for me as well. It is also important to understand that you can make sales in a way that feels ethical and aligned to you. And this is what I came to recognize also while we are in Thrive, that it doesn't need to feel icky in your body, or like you feel like you're doing something that would take people away from you. What I learned from you is that when you approach sales with the same love and in alignment with who you are and in an ethical way, it all kind I'm sorry, it all comes so normal, so natural. My God, sorry. It all comes so natural, I meant, and it doesn't feel like a sale anymore. It's just you inviting the people in your home in a way.
Yeah, no, and I think normal is a really good way to put it actually, because you want it to feel normal. It should be normal that we can have that extension of a relationship. We're not here,
Yeah,
I mean, marketing in and of itself has huge value to give and can be really transformative. But one of my core principles I teach inside Messaging Mastery is that the ultimate transformation that you can give your clients, and these transformations make life life altering differences to our clients. The best way we can serve people is when they have the opportunity to be in that level of proximity. And for that to be in alignment for you and for them, then there is a value exchange with that. And I think that's absolutely incredible. Like it feels good to pay the right amount for something that you really desire and you're excited to receive.
yeah,
So it gets to be natural, it gets to be normal, but there's a lot that goes behind getting to that place. We know it in theory, we hear about it all the time, but to
yeah,
actually, when you embody that and you experience it firsthand, it's like it's kind of a relief. It's like, oh, okay, they weren't really lying. They really did mean it when they said it gets to be easeful and aligned and joyful, because it is like this work. We want to be coaches for a reason. It's a beautiful
yes,
thing to pay for it and pay well for it, and to be able to receive on that part as well. Because once you're in, the work still needs to begin. Like, like when you
yeah,
come
of
into
course.
Thrive Group, I don't hide the fact that you come to Thrive Group to level the fuck up. Like you're going to work, you're going to do more than you've ever done. And ironically, you're going to feel so alive for it. And I know for your clients as well, it's like them coming into the container is where they actually get to experience self-love again. I mean, I for everybody, you're going to have that version for your own offerings. So when you connect to that, selling is just like it's the fun part, to be honest with you. I have lots of fun selling. So, so I hope everyone else gets to when they work with me
It
as
is
well.
fun actually now.
Amazing. All right, my darling. So let's wrap up. I would absolutely love for you. You mentioned earlier about coffee chats. Everybody
Yes.
needs to hear what these are if they'd like to come and do the self-love program with you. But what is it to work with you, and how can they work with you? Would you like to just take the stage and tell us all about your actual program?
Thank you. So first of all, you can find me currently on Instagram, where I have my small and loving community. And if you come from the podcast, or anyway you come and find me, just you can always pop me in a DM and we can book a coffee and chat session. It's absolutely free. It's a safe space to explore your circumstances, explore my program, create some report and see if we're a good fit, if you like my style. um, I don't like to work with just everyone. I want to feel that we both feel the connection. So that's why I invite people to my coffee and chat sessions. And there is no expectation, it's just connection. So by all means, you're all very, very welcome to join me. I'll be happy to have you.
Perfect. And what is the name of your Instagram account?
The Transformational Project.
The Transformational Project, one word.
Yes, so it's the underscore transformational project underscore.
Amazing. The underscore transformational project underscore. Everyone go follow Maria Mersini immediately and schedule your coffee chats. I'll also put the link in the show notes as well so that you can connect with her there. And working with you is 6 months, if I recall.
Yes, oh my God, I didn't mention my program. So I have created a program that I really love, and I do say that I put my soul in it because I really did. And with your help, uh, I I love it now even more. And yeah, it's a 6 months coaching program based on self love. But we are doing so many more things inside. Everything is connected to self love, of course, but we get you from the start, finding the limiting beliefs, getting rid of them, replacing them, connecting you to your feelings again and your intuition, and even showing you the best way for you to show self-care and what is your self-love language, what are your inner saboteurs specifically, and then we take it from there. We find out your values, your strengths, and how you can bring everything together and eventually create your life as exactly you want it to be, a life that feels good to have.
So
That's
good. And
it.
we only get one, right? So we've got to make it count.
Yes, exactly that.
So good. All right. Well, this has been wonderful. Thank you for sharing your insights, your nuggets. And everybody, the next round of Thrive Group is opening, if not already open at the time of this recording, opening very soon. So feel free to come and join me. Probably best place to come if it's not already live is come check out my website. The link is in the show notes. It's www.coachingwithpamela2ls.com and or /thrive in capital letters if you'd like to see about the group program. But Maria, thank you so much for joining. I've loved catching up with you and hearing your perspective about Thrive Group and some of the wins that you've had. And I guess I'll see you in one of the coaching sessions in a couple of days. But otherwise, everyone, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.